Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Truly Bedrock, Season 4. This is episode 53. Now, you guys should have enjoyed a little time lapse, and we tore the entirety of the mud farm down, all the things, reclaimed all the bits and bobs, so that we can make the concrete maker mud farm silent slack slash me slash thing. And yes, we tore this thing down, got all of the bits and bobs taken care of. They're tucked nicely away, obviously, in here, and then there's some things in here, and dirt and stuff. What I also did off camera is I built a new little platform. Yep. We went ahead and dug all of this out all the way down. All the way across, you can see we've got a nice little square area. And we're to the point where I think what we're going to do is tear out the last little platform up here, and then we will start building the farm. Going to probably be the best thing that we can do. And as we build the farm, we're probably going to time lapse the major portions of it, and then come back and slap the mud farm sections in. So let me tear this out and let's get going. And with a little time lapse, our mud farm is complete. Now, for you eagle-eyed viewers, yes, we did build this backwards. I meant to have all of the redstone that I had to dig in here, back here. I didn't really notice it until, of course, we started doing the redstone. As a matter of fact, I didn't even really notice it until I did this section over here for pushing the mud this way, and I didn't feel like changing it, so I'm not. We just dug into the back, and, you know, it's fine. It really is fine. So I did build this farm exactly per Slack's tutorial, minus the water bit that sits right here. We did everything else because I want to step by step showing you guys how we convert this thing into a mud farm. And we need mud fast because we completed the leveling of the Mushroom Island here during the live stream weekend for Truly Bedrock. We started off day 2. If you guys missed it, check the description down below. There's all the different ways to follow me so you can get notified when we go live to do projects like this. We are going to be doing a lot of the replacing of the stone and stuff here, probably via live streams. And of course, if you can't make the live streams, but you do want to see the videos and you don't want to mess with the Twitch VODs, you can go over to the description and a link to my second channel is there where you can see all of the nonsense that goes on in the live stream. During Truly Bedrock live stream weekend, we also did start mossifying some more of the area, lower area of the Mushroom Island as you see here. We did get going pretty good on that, so we will be continuing that most likely on some live streams. Maybe we'll throw in some time lapses into videos and stuff. A lot of work to still be done up here on the island, but I do need a lot of mud for this side. Now, I did get a comment in the last video saying, don't you know, gas blasters are pretty finicky. They're quite unreliable. They're actually more headache than they're worth. And I had already talked to Slack Lizard, who is the creator of this farm. Remind me, if you do not see a link to his tutorial on how to build this in the description down below, remind me I didn't do that. It needs to be linked. It's a great farm. It's a very great tutorial, unique, and if you're not watching Slack, well, you should. Anyway, I had a conversation with Slack, who says he has a few of these farms on his Patreon server, and they work very well. So we're going to give it a shot. We could have set up very, very simple farm and had a second account with a shovel and then a source of experience like the mob farm, and just have my guy AFK making mud and another account AFK mining mud whilst collecting experience. Probably could have done all that and avoided this, but you know, it is what it is. So what I need to do is on this block here, this is the block. This piece of glass is actually a mistake. What I need to do is I need to set a dispenser. That is going to be the mud farm. And then I need to set a observer facing this block right here. That is going to be what detects our stuff. So, need an observer like so. And there we go. That is going to be the main brains of the operations. We are going to be stealing a redstone circuit. We're going to be doing a lot of things here. But first, we can go ahead and put in a hopper there. And then I believe, yep, I did not grab any chests. Do I have any? I do not. Magic of video editing. We have a chest we can place down there like so, and we can place a hopper here, and of course a hopper here. This is where the automatic water will be sent in, and what we can do now is actually take all of the water bottles that I have in here, and we can put them into this chest right here. They're going to go down into the dispenser, they're going to go down into the hopper, they're going to fill things up, And eventually what I can do is grab that chest that's floating over there and start transporting all of the items over here. But before I do that, we are definitely going to want to finish up a few things. So let's get rid of that glass block. We are going to want a block like so. We are going to want to take a redstone repeater here. On 4 ticks delay, we're going to want to put a block here. And then we are going to want to run... You know, I think I'm going to do this a little bit different than what I originally did. We're going to take another repeater here and a piece of dust here. So every time it's going to send out a signal like so. I do need to go get that water bottle. And probably what I want to do is break this block until such time I need it. Which actually, if everything works out correctly, we did set up the item collection system here. So, there we go. Nice. Yep. So items are going to come across the hoppers here. They're going to drop down along this line here, and they're going to start filling out these shulkers so that we can easily, there we go. I was trying to say we can have an easy time, we can easily grab these, or we can have an easier time moving the mud. All three of those would have been sufficient for what I was talking about. So I need to place a block here to power the dispenser because we have a little bit of a change. At this point in time, what I could do is set up a piece of mud right here, and we can put the water source here. I do need a piston down here, so we're going to have to get down here and kind of continue the rest of the redstone down below. I want the piston here, a sticky piston that will grab this observer and bring it down so that we don't have any issues in the future. So what I need to do is break that glass block out and replace it with a solid block with a piece of redstone dust there. That is so we can move the piston up and down. Breaking this system, I am going to dual purpose this thing for concrete as well as mud. Perfect. The next thing that we are going to need to do is probably set up a little bit of an item slash hopper line that is going to go right here. And I probably shouldn't have placed these bottles in here. So what I can do is go back up there. Grab myself a redstone block. And place a redstone block right here. That is going to prevent the items from actually flowing anywhere outside of this hopper. We're going to want ourselves a couple of hoppers heading down this way, because this first one is actually going to be our item filter. So let's build that relatively quickly. We are going to have a block like so. I should be able to come out like this and go up. So we are going to have a block there, block there. We need a comparator here that is going to be checking the signal of the hopper, like so. That is going to be coming into a block, of course. Then we need a little bit of glass, which I guess I'll just use this because I have it. Need glass like so. I believe... who was it? Let's look. There was a post and a picture that was put in the Truly Bedrock Discord in the MC technical side of things, and it was very interesting. Let's see. That's all talking about that. I want to say it was like Windy Castle or somebody that instead of using glass here, they used stairs, which is pretty neat. I don't need that there. I need that like that. Any transparent block will work here. So we're going to need redstone like that. I should have left you in there. We are going to need a target block like so, and then a torch on the front of that target block like so. Let's go ahead and build ourselves up a little bit. We're going to want dust on all of these sides, dust on this side, and that is the hopper complete. The item filter. So we need 41 glass bottles in this item filter so that only ever empty bottles are pulled out of the system, which we can now place those back in. And then, of course, 4 items that are never going to be in the system. I normally put netherrack as my item filters, but I am using it quite a bit as scaffolding, so, you know, we just don't want to lose it. So now what I need to do is I need to add about this many more hoppers here. And then we're going to shoot the items off in some direction, probably over here, back up in an item elevator. You know what? We might bring them right here where I have this area here. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. All I need to do is get around here to here, and then we'll place in some hoppers like so. Like I said, I think we're going to go right here where this is, so we need to grab our last dispenser. Place it in like so, and then all we're going to have to do is carry on a hopper line. Like that. Perfect. So, that now gives us a hopper line over to this dispenser. From this dispenser here, we need to shoot the items up into another dispenser that is going to automatically start making water bottles. So I can actually reach this from down here. I need this guy like so. I need 2 blocks like that, and then a temporary block here. We are going to need a block here like so, and then this is where we can kind of scaffold up, because we're going to need a block on top of that, and that should be all we need. I need another sticky piston, but it's fine. We need one like that, and then we're going to need an observer right here. That. Perfect. You know what? We're going to probably need a couple of those. Sticky piston like that. Comparator and a repeater like so. That is the clock that is going to get this farm going. And then what we're going to need is glass off of this guy like this all the way up. And hopefully it doesn't run into anything. It looks like we're pretty safe. So far, so good. And here we go. We're at the level, or the point where we are going to need one more dispenser. That dispenser is going to sit here. I'm probably going to put the hopper here as opposed to in line with it because of how water and things work. So we are going to fill this layer up one more time. That is going to push the items up to here. We are then going to need ourselves a little bit of a pathway like that. Get rid of that block there. That pushes all of the items this way. That is perfect. So we'll have a water source here going like that. And again, I have all of those things that we need. They're just in the ender chest. Oh, a simple piece of water right here with the nice, beautiful mushroom island water texture. We will go ahead and place glass above the water source. This is just so that the items do not come flying out. And then what we're going to need is we're going to need we're going to need to power this thing in a way so that there's always a clock running. I think we can do this. I think we can do this. It's going to be a little bit wild. So we're going to have glass running across the front here. We're going to have glass running on the side over here. That is going to get sucked up into the system. That's fine. We're going to put glass on the top of this like so. And I guess our next bit is going to be to figure this out, right? We need to steal a signal. And then, of course, run some observers. The observers can actually power that guy right there. So if I have an observer, there you go. You heard it power. An observer like that. And then a piston like that. I think we should be able to do this. Maybe not. Because this is going to move back and forth. This is going to break the redstone. Ooh, I tried to compact this maybe a little too much. Maybe. If I do... Nope, that won't work. See, redstone on camera is always not a great idea, right? I think this is going to work. We'll steal a signal off the side of the dispenser here. It'll come and hit this repeater and then come around and hit this guy back here behind the... yeah, behind the observer there. So, what I need to do now is I need to go ahead and place down ice right here and right here. That should create me an infinite water source, and then we can just plug that up like so. That is now the mud maker complete. Yes. What a pain. Actually, we've got one other little thing that does need to be done, and that is going to be we need to put a lever right there, which is perfect that we have all the things that we could need for that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all of the mess that we've made down here. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and I'll meet you back at the top. So I think what we can do is we can actually, let's just place a piece of mud there. We are going to want maybe a piece of deep slate there, and then we're going to go ahead and put in a piece of ice there. And before I break that piece of ice, I need to get a glass, clear glass, so that it matches the rest of the farm. No big deal. And then we can hop down here. We can go ahead and we're probably going to want a temporary block here. Break that like that, and break that like that. So now, this is our mud maker, or our concrete maker, rather. So now that that is done, what we need to do is we actually need to break this piece of redstone here. This is the conversion, and we're going to need to place a repeater in with 4 ticks. We are going to need to add a block here, like so, with a piece of redstone dust on top of it. And then, of course, we are going to need a block right here. That is going to slow this guy down for pushing the items across. The other thing that we're going to want to do is take a little bit of mud, and we can go ahead and line this system. We're going to want a full line all the way to the water, so that when I place in a piece of dirt, it'll come here. Actually, let's go ahead and we need a piece of mud here as well. That is the system started and ready to go. The last thing that we, of course, need to do is we need to go ahead and break this block. We are then going to need to grab our building block and place that in right like so. And what I should have now, if I were to grab a little bit of dirt out of here, is I should have a fully functioning farm that I can just hold right click and it's moving. Nothing's breaking, all the things are happening. You can see the bottles going up to our left. Oh. One didn't get converted. Oh. So that may happen. Which is fine. It's fine if one doesn't go. We can throw this guy in here. We were getting chucked items. This is working. This is working well. The last thing that we have to do before we can use this farm is realize our mistake here, that the obsidian actually needs to come up to this level. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I can't believe I messed that up. It's fine. It's fine. We just got to move the obsidian up by 1. And then what we're going to have to do is the obsidian needs to be at that level. We're going to have to go down and get the obsidian that has kind of fallen off the farm and landed wherever it wants to. There's no problem. Replace the obsidian, and then we're going to need to kind of preload the system, meaning we're going to need mud kind of coming out to about these blackstone blocks here. That's what we need. We do have this switch here that can be lowered, lowering the observer. so that if we want to make concrete in this farm, the observer isn't there powering our dispenser, just shooting out water bottles everywhere can. So we preloaded the system with some mud, like I said, up to about the blackstone blocks, and a couple of key components with this farm is we do need to be kind of centered up on this block here. We need to be pushed over to this iron bar here. We did have to raise everything up by one. We had to raise this part up by one. We had to raise this part up by one, so on and so forth. We will sit here, and I'll probably use an auto clicker as opposed to a rubber band. So it's just a tad bit slower of me placing the dirt. We are going to want to make sure that we take off all of our armor and empty out our inventory of things outside of maybe like netherrack. We do want to fill all of the slots so that we only have one open for dirt. The other thing that we're going to want to do is I did place these hoppers right here. I am going to bring hoppers upon hoppers, chests upon chests, or I'm sorry, shulkers on top of these hoppers so that I can bring in chests and chests worth of dirt. Everything is working very well except for that piece of that guy right there. Yep. Huh. Man. Ooh, I can get to it. I can get to the netherrack. Bam. Perfect. That is everything cleaned up in the farm, and I can't get out, so it's fine. We will come to the bottom because our next goal is to get ghasts in here, right? So, couple of things. Number one, about 4 blocks up is in the center of the ghast is where we're going to want to block them off from being able to see us. We are going to want to turn that lever on before we start this this journey, so that when we bring the ghasts in here, they're not blowing up things. Hopefully they don't blow anything up. There we go. That is primed and ready. We are going to bring the ghasts in from this side, so I am going to need to build a nether portal back in here somewhere. I think we're going to center it up on the farm like so. We do need a large portal. Obviously, we can't fit ghasts through a small portal. So I'm thinking that if we have some activator rails with power on the nether side of things, which I don't know if I have any in here, I do not. I have minecarts and stuff, so that's good. Hopefully we can capture a ghast, throw it on a rail with some glass in its face so it doesn't see us, push it to the nether portal with an activator rail, pulling it out of the minecart. It will come to this side of things, and then have a minecart waiting for it, and then we can direct it over to this side or that side, either way. We do need to name tag them as well, which I probably don't want to do until we get over to this side of things, right? So this is going to be the portal size that I believe we need, so we're going to need quite a bit of obsidian, which I don't have. So I need to go get obsidian. I need to grab my name tags, and then we're going to go do some fishing. missed catching the first ghast. I got so excited that we actually caught one. But we did show how I caught the second ghast. We had a bunch of minecarts placed around, and they would spawn, get in the minecart, and then we moved them here. I left all of this in place just in case we ever have an issue with this farm. I did fall off of the AFK platform, and sometimes I know in creative through my testing, these guys can blast you when you're sitting on that, and then it's all bad. But we do have this thing working. It is going, and we're getting mud. Not bad. We did have to make a couple of tweaks. This is the glass I knocked out so I could climb out of here. And there's one tweak that I definitely need to make, but I don't know what to do. I had to add the obsidian up here, because for whatever reason, the ghast was not blasting this part right here, this line, and it was clogging up the entirety of the farm. The other thing that we're having is where the ghasts are aiming, the blocks are... These blocks are catching on fire, so we're losing a couple of blocks on here, which isn't too bad. These guys, I think, are firing faster than I can actually create mud. The other thing that is happening is when the ghasts do shoot and there's no mud at this area or further, the items pop off and land on top of the dropper. So, I did try putting... I thought about putting a hopper here, but if we put a hopper here, that is just going to grab the dirt that is being spit out to us. So as it sits right now, I've got about 22 stacks of dirt that have been distributed. And I've got like 11 stacks of mud. So there's quite a loss, but that's from testing and tweaking. And hopefully, I mean... With items despawning here, that is an issue that I think we can combat if I put a piece of obsidian right here. Let's see. But then getting out of the farm is going to be a little bit difficult. But yes, I think if I put a piece of obsidian right here, that'll stop the items from blowing up. And then I potentially am going to have to place another piece of obsidian in front of that one. So we're not going to be able to climb out of the farm. I think if I were to place a piece of obsidian here, then what we could do is we could just drop down in this thing, align ourselves with this part, and go to mining. The items then will not pop off, right? They will land in these spots and drop off, which is no problem. And then to get out of here, I can simply just do what I've been doing. Yeah. Jump up here, jump up here, jump up here. And then up there. Of course, I missed it, but it's no problem. Super, super excited. I've got a bunch of dirt loaded in these chests. I've got a bunch of dirt loaded in the... shulker boxes here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double chests, plus all the hoppers worth of dirt that we are going to convert. Outside of these little tweaks, I did have to add another obsidian block back here for the same reason that items were just popping off in weird places and landing over on the redstone line here. They were landing on the glass on the other side. So as we use this farm, we'll be able to tweak it and better get our drops. But it does work, and I've run this farm for quite a bit, about an hour. Everything's working good. It is a little finicky, but it's working, and I'm super, super excited. So we're going to AFK and collect mud. We need a lot of mud to continue our projects and get the island above us done, or at least moving forward. So, time to AFK. And that's the end. That a lot of first-person time lapses, third-person time lapses, a lot of stuff went into getting this video done. So I've got to get this thing edited, rendered, and ready to upload. It is 10:30 a.m. and this video should be coming out in a few hours. So I've got some work to do. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. Leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing. Check the description down below for all the different ways to follow me. Links to Twitter, Twitch, Discord, Truly Bedrock Discord, Truly Bedrock website, and all the Truly Bedrock members' YouTube channels are down below. Go check them out. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.